The MMO everybody is migrating to. Yes, we're talking about Guild Wars 2. In this video, we're going to be discussing if it's worth getting into a game 10 years after its initial release. Hello my dear Tyrians, and welcome to my channel. It's Nanoful. The Wars to the South has been opened, and we can finally travel to the Canthan continent, a place filled with new opportunities ruled by the Empire of the Dragon. End of Dragons is the third expansion released by ArenaNet on February 28, and it completes the final chapter of the franchise that started in 2005. I've experienced the Canthan Story Line firsthand since its release, and I'm absolutely blown away. No spoilers ahead. But first, let's do a quick recap. As the main character, the commander, we're entrusted with the Dragon's Egg already issued in the beginning of the Heart of Thorns expansion, which later hatches a scion of a dragon named Glint, also known as the Crystal Queen, the champion and scion of the Elder Dragon Clocotoric. The commander has now become the champion of this baby dragon and right away bonds with her and calls out her name, Irene. In the Path of Fire expansion, we begin our story in the Lonian continent, on the trail of the god of war Balthasar, whose plan is to capture Glint's scion to use it as a power source to his weapon and harm the Elder Dragon, Clocotoric, in order to consume more magic and restore himself to his former glory, but ultimately fails as the commander defeats Balthasar with Irene's help. The story then proceeds into defeating the Lich King, Palawa Joko, which historically Irene devours, granting her immortality. In the initial fight against Clocotoric, Irene is pierced by his crystals and presumably dies. But with the magic of the Lich King, she is reborn and ready to give her all, chasing down her grandfather and successfully defeating him. At this point, Irene becomes an Elder Dragon herself, and is where the Canthan continent story begins. So let's talk about Cantha. It's a continent inspired by the Eastern Asian society. Most of the architecture speaks for itself, as well as the beautiful landscape. But amongst all those things, there are also new lit specializations that define that very society. Whatever profession you might be playing, each of them comes with a new specialization that applies a unique type of gameplay. Implementation of the J technology affected the continent as the main city of Canaan transformed itself from a dwelling town of traditions in Guild Wars 1 into a modern city that we'd have in the real world. Within new content, we get introduced to a new Canthan technology, the Jade Bots. These adorable little mechanical friends can help you get to locations normally not accessible, power up your character, and even help you up in your down state. At first I thought ArenaNet was giving us a pet, which is characteristic of rangers. But after experiencing it on first hand, it's not the case. I absolutely love the Jade technology. Like with every expansion before, this one also includes 4 new maps to explore, as well as plenty achievements and mastery points to obtain. And if I compare them to the previous expansion maps, these are very well structured, beautifully designed, and not all over the place like Tangled Depths in Heart of Thorns, or as bland as the Desolation in Path of Fire. In addition of those maps, there are strike missions based on the story that you're going through. Same as raids, you need 10 people to complete them, but with different mechanics than the story itself. They are quite a bit tougher. As far as the fights go, they can increase in difficulty the further inland you go. But overall, they are very straightforward, somewhat challenging and fun to do. They are going to get tougher with more challenges in the future for the hardcore raiders according to ArenaNet. The Cantha legendaries are design based around the prismatic look of Orin. And for its costly price, sadly, they're not as beautiful as the previous generation models. But you can be the one to judge. Including all that comes a new guild hall that brings some nostalgia from the original Guild Wars 1. When you start the quest of claiming the Isle of Reflection, you will encounter enemies that will give you an old vibe from Guild Wars 1. The design is very beautiful, with a beachfront area and a large arena for the PvP. Skiffing and fishing have been added for a more relaxing and immersive feeling. You'll probably find yourself doing that for hours with your friends and guildies. As it has been with mounts, fishing and skiffing is not limited to only the new continent, but the entire world of Guild Wars 2. But if we talk about mounts, once you unlock the achievement, you'll be able to ride your own siege turtle. And the fun part is, you can take your friend out for combat adventures. The turtle mount can bear 2 riders. Yes, 2 riders in 1 turtle. This turtle will make you feel like you're part of the world that you're trying to save. Every moment will be more emotional than the last one. In that regards, the developers made an excellent closure for the story that has started all those years ago. Like with expansions before, I do believe we will get more living story content. But at this point, I don't know what to expect. And with an entire continent to explore, we can anticipate another 6 maps to open up later, but time will tell. I guess we'll see. While Orin has been carrying the weight of the world on her shoulders, trying to balance out the raging magics from the deceased elder dragons, the last expansion shows us how the cycle is reborn, and Orin is right in the center of it all. But I would like you to explore this new world and see the amazing development yourselves. So Guild Wars 2 End of Dragons worth it? Absolutely. There are a lot more pros and cons when it comes to this expansion, and with different price tags depending on the edition you want to buy. You will get your money's worth in hundreds of hours in gameplay. For that reason, I'll have a giveaway of a copy of End of Dragons, so you can enjoy the Canthan experience yourself. In order to participate, just write down on the comments your Guild Wars 2 account so I can reach you and mail you the redeem code of the expansion. If you have any thoughts on End of Dragons, do share it down in the comments below. If you liked the video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more future content. So I'll see you around, my dear Tyrians. Good luck, and I hope you're enjoying the game. Bye bye!